A Course in Miracles. Lesson 91. Miracles are seen in light. It is important to remember that miracles and vision necessarily go together. This needs repeating and frequent repeating. It is a central idea in your new thought system and the perception that it produces. The miracle is always there. Its presence is not caused by your vision. Its absence is not the result of your failure to see. It is only your awareness of miracles that is affected. You will see them in the light. You will not see them in the dark. To you, then, light is crucial. While you remain in darkness, the miracle remains unseen. Thus you are convinced it is not there. This follows from the premises from which the darkness comes. Denial of light leads to failure to perceive it. Failure to perceive light is to perceive darkness. The light is useless to you then, even though it is there. You cannot use it because its presence is unknown to you. And the seeming reality of the darkness makes the idea of light meaningless. To be told that what you do not see is there sounds like insanity. It is very difficult to become convinced that it is insanity not to see what is there and to see what is not there instead. You do not doubt that the body's eyes can see. You do not doubt the images they show you are reality. Your faith lies in the darkness, not the light. How can this be reversed? For you it is impossible, but you are not alone in this. Your efforts, however little they may be, have strong support. Did you but realize how great this strength, your doubts would vanish. Today we will devote ourselves to the attempt to let you feel this strength. When you have felt the strength in you, which makes all miracles within your easy reach, you will not doubt. The miracles your sense of weakness hides will leap into awareness as you feel the strength in you. 3 times today, set aside about 10 minutes for a quiet time in which you try to leave your weakness behind. This is accomplished very simply as you instruct yourself that you are not a body. Faith goes to what you want, and you instruct your mind accordingly. Your will remains your teacher, and your will has all the strength to do what it desires. You can escape the body if you choose. You can experience the strength in you. Begin the longer practice periods with this statement of true cause and effect relationships. Miracles are seen in light. The body's eyes do not perceive the light. But I am not a body. What am I? The question with which this statement ends is needed for our exercises today. What you think you are is a belief to be undone, but what you really are must be revealed to you. The belief you are a body calls for correction, being a mistake. The truth of what you are calls on the strength in you to bring to your awareness what the mistake conceals. If you are not a body, what are you? You need to be aware of what the Holy Spirit uses to replace the image of a body in your mind. You need to feel something to put your faith in as you lift it from the body. You need a real experience of something else, something more solid and more sure, more worthy of your faith, and really there. If you are not a body, what are you? Ask this in honesty, and then devote several minutes to allowing your mistaken thoughts about your attributes to be corrected and their opposites to take their place. Say, for example, I am not weak, but strong. I am not helpless, but all-powerful. I am not limited, but unlimited. I am not doubtful, but certain. I am not an illusion, but a reality. I cannot see in darkness, but in light. In the second phase of the exercise period, try to experience these truths about yourself. Concentrate particularly on the experience of strength. Remember that all sense of weakness is associated with the belief you are a body, a belief that is mistaken and deserves no faith. Try to remove your faith from it, if only for a moment. You will be accustomed to keeping faith with the more worthy in you as we go along. Relax for the rest of the practice period, confident that your efforts, however meager, are fully supported by the strength of God and all His thoughts. It is from them that your strength will come. It is through their strong support that you will feel the strength in you. They are united with you in this practice period, in which you share a purpose like their own. Theirs is the light in which you will see miracles, because their strength is yours. Their strength becomes your eyes that you may see. 5 or 6 times an hour, at reasonably regular intervals, remind yourself that miracles are seen in light. Also, be sure to meet temptation with today's idea. This form would be helpful for this special purpose. Miracles are seen in light. Let me not close my eyes because of this. Lesson 91. Miracles are seen in light. Miracles are not something that arrive. They are something that are noticed, and that distinction is everything. Picture a house that has been filled with sunlight all day long. The curtains are drawn tight, the windows sealed, the doors closed. Inside, someone walks from room to room saying, "There is no light here." And from their point of view, they are right. But not because the light is absent, only because it has been refused. That is paragraph 1. The miracle is the sunlight. Vision is the opening of the curtain. The light does not wait for the curtain. It is already there. But without the opening, it is not experienced. So the course is not teaching how to create miracles. It is teaching how to stop blocking them. Now go deeper. The one who says, "I am in darkness," is the same one who has defined what darkness is, and then tries to escape it using the same definition. That is like a man who puts on tinted glasses, sees everything as dim, and then asks the glasses how to find brightness. The tool creating the distortion is being asked to correct it. It cannot. Not because correction is impossible, but because the instrument itself is the error. This is why it says, "For you it is impossible, but you are not alone." Because the you being referred to is the one wearing the glasses. The body-identified self. The thinker of darkness. That self cannot lead itself out. It would have to undo itself to do so. So something else must enter. Not from outside, but from beyond the framework the mind has accepted. That is the Holy Spirit. Not a voice in the world, but a reinterpretation of everything the world seems to show. Now paragraph 4 shifts the entire tone. It says the effort is small, but the support is infinite. Meaning this is not a battle of strength. It is a willingness to stop resisting strength. Like floating in water. The body thrashes, thinking it must stay alive through effort. But the moment it becomes still, it realizes something else was holding it the entire time. That is what it means to feel the strength in you. Not to build it, not to earn it, but to stop denying it. Now paragraph 5. Leave your weakness behind. This does not mean improving weakness. It means recognizing weakness as an idea, not a condition. Weakness comes from one belief: I am a body. If identity is placed in something that can be harmed, limited, aged, and ended, then weakness is guaranteed. Not because it is true, but because it is logical within that framework. So the instruction is not physical. It is instructional. Instruct yourself that you are not a body. Because faith follows direction. The mind goes where it is told to go, and the will is the teacher giving the instruction. So if the will says, "I am limited," the mind organizes perception to prove it. If the will says, "I am not a body," the mind begins to loosen its grip on limitation. Now the question appears, what am I? This is not a question meant to be answered by the intellect. It is a question meant to dissolve the false answer already assumed. Because the belief, "I am a body," is not knowledge. It is repetition. It is conditioning. It is agreement. So the Course does not replace it with a new definition immediately. It first creates space. It removes certainty from the false. So truth can be experienced rather than argued. Now paragraph 7. You need a real experience. This is critical, because belief does not shift through words alone. It shifts through experience. If someone has always lived in a cave, you cannot convince them of the sun with descriptions. At some point, they must step outside. So the practice is not about affirmations as statements. It is about allowing a felt sense of something beyond the body. A presence, a stillness, a strength that does not fluctuate. Now, paragraph 8. Each statement is a reversal of identity, not as motivation, but as correction. I am not weak, but strong. Weakness belongs to what can be threatened. Strength belongs to what cannot be changed. I am not helpless, but all-powerful. Helplessness comes from believing power is outside. All power is the recognition that nothing real can be taken. I am not limited, but unlimited. Limitation is a boundary placed on identity. Remove the boundary, and limitation dissolves. I am not doubtful, but certain. Doubt exists only when identity is unstable. Certainty is not confidence. It is knowing without contradiction. I am not an illusion, but a reality. An illusion must be maintained. Reality requires nothing. It simply is. I cannot see in darkness, but in light. Darkness is not a thing. It is the absence of seeing. Light is not added. It is revealed. Now paragraph 9. Why does the belief in the body deserve no faith? Because it does not hold consistently. It changes. It ages. It contradicts itself. Anything that requires constant defense cannot be truth. Truth does not need protection. So faith placed in the unstable produces instability. Faith placed in the unchanging reveals peace. The more worthy in you is not a better version of the body. It is the part of mind that remembers what is real, the part that does not fluctuate with perception. Now paragraph 10. All his thoughts. This is not many thoughts as the world defines them. It is a unified awareness, a field of certainty, a shared knowing. To say they are united with you means separation is not actually occurring, only believed. So the practice is not reaching outward, it is relaxing inward, allowing what is already joined to be recognized. And finally, meet temptation. Temptation is not behavior. It is the temptation to believe the body is the self. Again, and again, and again. Each moment offers that choice, light or the belief in darkness. So the response becomes simple. Miracles are seen in light, which means, let me not choose blindness. Let me not close what was never shut. The metaphor is this. A lighthouse stands in the storm. The storm does not extinguish the light. It only makes it harder to see from the shore. But the light is constant, unmoving, certain. The only question is the gaze turned toward it or away?